What's good, EA football fans? I know you clicked this video because you're tired of that same old bend but don't break defense. The offense is chewing the clock and they are satisfied with nickeling and diming your defense to death. Meanwhile, your offense is on the sideline wondering if they'll ever get the ball back. Well, I have the solution to your problem, the 4-2-5 defense. Watch this video and I'll tell you how it will stifle the competition in EA College Football 25. Also, hit the like button to drive up that traffic. Let's lock in. The 4-2-5 is classified as a nickel defense. The nickel defense originated as an innovation of the Philadelphia Eagles defensive coach Jerry Williams in 1960. This type of defense is an alignment that uses 5 defensive backs, with the 5th defensive back labeled as the nickelback. The nickelback usually replaces the strong side linebacker and adjusts to the offense's formation to match up with their 3rd wide receiver. The nickel defense is primarily used to stop the pass, but variations can be effective against the run. In the late 1990s, Gary Patterson decided to adjust the offenses with a 4-2-5 base defense using a 5th defensive back and only 2 linebackers. He reasoned that it was easier for New Mexico to recruit speed than strength and that the scheme produced more flexible defenses. However, other colleges felt using an extra DB in situations other than 3rd down was a gimmick. Patterson put this scheme on the map when they transformed TCU into a winning program known for its speedy, aggressive defenses, which put multiple players in the NFL. While at TCU, Patterson's 4-2-5 defense led the nation in defense 3 straight years and 5 times overall. The only team that rivals that is Nick Saban and Bama with 6. Fast forward to football today, and it is the standard for most teams in college and the NFL. But why? The 4-2-5 is actually the love child of the 4-3 and the 3-3-5 defenses. The 5 defensive backs are derived from the 3-3-5 defense, and the 6-man box gets its roots from the 4-3 defense. The 4-2-5 depends on pressure and athletic players all over the field to be successful. The scheme allows a defense to keep 6 in the box for most of the time. This helps defend against the run, but with the 5 defensive backs, you can also be sound against the pass. This defense is constructed perfectly to compete against today's modern spread while being tough against a downhill running attack. Personnel-wise, you're going to see some changes. Your Sam linebacker needs to be a hybrid type with the body of a big safety or a very athletic linebacker. I'd say anywhere from 6 feet to 6'3" and 215 to 225. This position is one of your most important players in the defense. The main difference between a traditional 3-4 and a 4-2-5 is the Sam or rover position. Your Sam has to cover in man, take on pulling guards, and be effective at rushing the passer. You're going to want all of your players to be highly athletic. In long yardage situations, using big linebackers and dropping them down to the end position, and using bigger defensive backs and making them linebackers is commonplace. This allows defensive coordinators to apply massive amounts of pressure. The 4-2-5 is highly versatile and effective against modern spread formations, typically with 2 wide receivers on both sides. This defense allows for coverage of the wide receivers while still keeping 6 players in the box. In comparison, a 4-3 or 3-4 defense against a 2x2 formation would only leave 5 players in the box. The 4-2-5 can play any coverage from its base alignment. This can confuse offenses looking to make a pre-snap read. The biggest strength, of course, is the ability to pressure the offense. You can rush 4 on every down, but with an addition of an athletic Sam linebacker, the blitz packages are endless. Sending 6 is a common successful tactic of the 4-2-5. You play 4-4 man in the secondary with the option to play off or press. Your nickel will typically align with the running back and can add to the blitz, but he must have peel rules. If the back decides to run a bubble, flat, or rail, the nickel must stick with him. This allows both backers to shoot a gap of their choice. Now, the defense has blitzed 1 more than the offensive line can block. If the quarterback doesn't make a quick decision, he'll pay for it. While the 4-2-5 is perfect for attacking the offense, that comes at a risk. The most glaring weakness is the defense cannot mirror in its traditional base set. That means you will have a different number of players on both sides. The 4-2-5 uses the Sam linebacker as an overhang, which means that there is no overhang on the opposite side. At pre-snap, the offense can tell where they have the numbers advantage. Here is where it gets tricky. Your best option in a single high from a 4-2-5 is to run man coverage with 1 deep or run a cover 3, which means your corners must get depth before the snap, otherwise they may not drop to their zone in time. The quarterback will likely determine if you're playing man or cover 3 by motioning a back or a wide out to see if the defender follows or stays home. The offense will attack a 4-2-5 by simply playing the numbers game. If the offense is on the hash, this is usually the side closest to the sideline. Overall, it would help if you focused on recruiting athletic and versatile linebackers and safeties. The most overlooked part of this defense is having a long, rangy free safety that can erase any mistakes on the back end and two monster defensive tackles that can clog the middle and push the pocket into the quarterback's lap. The 4-2-5 started as a gimmick, but it leveled the playing field for schools that couldn't recruit five-star athletes. That's the perfect reason to run it in your EA College Football 25 dynasty. With those facts, it's a sure bet to create a swarming, turnover-forcing defense. But if you're still doubting it, you may be the coach having regrets when you have a Michigan versus Appalachian State moment. The 4-2-5 started as a gimmick, but it leveled the playing field for schools that couldn't recruit five-star athletes. That's the perfect reason to run it in your EA College Football 25 dynasty. With those facts, it's a sure bet to create a swarming, turnover-forcing defense. But if you're still doubting it, you may be the coach having regrets when you have a Michigan versus Appalachian State moment. And if you know this isn't the defense for you, be sure to check out my breakdown and tips for the 3-3-5 defense, or comment on which defenses you prefer and want me to break down in the next video. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for my notifications as we turn this channel into one of the best EA College Football 25 communities for content. 2000 is next up, and we're staying locked in all 2024. Until next time, it's your favorite senpai, and I'm out. Peace.